Yes, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Bootcast podcast. I'm your host, Colby, alongside my co-host, Burns Boots. Matt, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. I had a wedding this weekend up in the Poconos, Pennsylvania, and
Dang.
dude, it was great. It was great. We did the wedding, saw some people, got to like reconnect with old people from high school. And then my girlfriend and I, the day after, hit up Jim Thorpe, if you're familiar in PA. It's just like a little town around the Poconos, and it's very quaint, I would say. Nice to walk around in. It's like right in the middle of the mountains. But yeah, it was a great day. What about you?
That's awesome, man. What did I do? Kids soccer games, coached a game, watched my other son play a game, and that is just essentially what it's going to be for the next, like, going into fall season. We have a tournament coming up, I believe, in 2 weeks, so we'll be gone all that weekend, and then signing my kid up for futsal, baseball, other kids doing like soccer twice a weekend, so my life is over. But I love it. I wouldn't have any
There you
other
go.
way.
There you go. If people are wondering why Colby doesn't release as many reviews anymore, that is exactly why.
That's absolutely the reason, dude. But it's rewarding in a different way.
Yeah.
Like, it really is. To watch your kids do good, I mean, it's just fantastic. And we'll talk about this a little bit later on, but I did buy them 2 Liverpool Adidas kits this weekend. One kid wanted Szoboszlai on the back of his jersey, which nobody's gonna be able to read, and then the other one wanted Mo Salah. So made it happen.
Classic. I love that.
Yep. But Matt, I bet you're feeling recharged after this weekend. And speaking of recharge, Puma has released another terrible.
Wow. I mean, it has been like what, fucking maybe 6 days since their last pack. So
Yeah,
it was about time.
it's like one of those work signs where it's like 6 days without an incident, and then Puma's just like, hang on. We just drive this forklift straight into the wall here.
Yeah.
Days without incident, 0. Matt, the first thing I thought of when I saw these, man, was like those old popsicles.
Oh, 100%.
Dude,
Like you get from the fucking ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude. Like, it's one thing for Puma to release all these colorways, but like, God, these are terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming like that's got to be what they're going for with this, right? I mean, it's summer. We're in the heat of the summer. I mean, it's got to cool you down, right? I mean,
I
psychologically,
guess, yeah.
I put these boots on. Feel like I've had like a nice little cooling popsicle, and I go around and break my ankles and have a terrible time, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I at this point, like what more can we say?
Yeah. Dude, I low-key, I'm looking at both of these right now. I low-key think it would have looked so much better if the Future was just fully blue with like the pink accents around the logo, and then the Ultra was fully pink with the blue accents around the logo. I think that would have been so much better than this popsicle-looking piece of trash. Yeah.
Dude, I fully agree with that, and then it still would have gone together as like a pack.
A pack, exactly.
I can't get behind this. I haven't been able to get behind any Puma boots.
Yeah.
This cycle, I guess. But in a more positive Puma light, the Pulisic boots actually look pretty good.
Yeah, which released weirdly enough the same day. Who would have guessed Puma? Released 2 different colorways of the same boot on the same day.
Talk about stepping on your toes, man.
I know. But honestly, probably some of Pulisic's best signature boots, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll look, like you said this earlier off pod, but they're going to look really good in his Milan kit.
Oh, yeah. Especially the Home. Dude, when the Home came out, I was initially skeptical because of like the weird design within the stripes and the monochromatic logo. Or crest, and now that I've seen them on pitch a few times, they're kind of growing on me. With the black shorts,
there you
go. They're looking kind of fresh. But yeah, I still think I'm going away kit this year.
Going away kit, nice, dude. We can dip into kit category right now, but I may go multiple Liverpool kits. I think I'm gonna get a short sleeve, like third kit, and I'm gonna go long sleeve red. Like 100% gonna get red
Okay.
long sleeve.
You're not gonna go away?
No, I don't like. I don't know
Is it the
why.
collar?
It's the collar. Yeah, when it's a
It,
little like V'd down.
yeah, it's like V'd, but then there's like it doesn't connect, and there's like that little slit that comes across, and it's just like
Right.
it does look a little open and weird.
That and on the white, there's also I think it's like a red underneath the arm, which I'm like, it's kind
Yeah.
of weird. But yeah, dude, the red long sleeve reminds me of like the old school Fernando Torres look,
Yep.
which I'm 100% about. I still need to decide which player. I think I might get McAllister because
Ooh,
my other kids, because Verts he's too new. There's a lot of
that's
players that are
true.
too new actually. I have no idea what number. If we get Alexander Isak, I have no idea what number. He should hopefully if Darwin leaves, Isak can take the number 9. That
There
would
you
be
go.
cool,
Yeah.
and I would really think about that.
Yeah. I also think the away kit would have looked better without like the badge outline. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just
that's
don't
kind
like
of
when they do that stuff.
yeah, it's kind of coming back with a lot of MLS kits are doing that as well. Like the FC Dallas crest kind of is doing that, which that one looks a little bit better than the Liverpool one. But yeah, I kind of like it when it's just like the normal style. It's
Yeah.
not kind of outlined.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then the Arsenal kits look good as
Dude.
well. The polo looking ones.
Dude, that Arsenal away kit might be one of the best looking kits Arsenal have had in the last like at least 5 years. That
Oh,
looks
yeah.
fantastic. And the way they did that collar, I don't think I've ever seen a collar construction done like specifically that way. And it just looks fantastic. It looks so clean.
Yeah, I know it's one of those like it just because sometimes collars on jerseys just look goofy. Like I'll be honest, but like
Yeah.
that one actually like goes together very well.
Yeah. And I know Roma has exactly the same kit, just with green instead of the maroon. And I feel like that kind of sucks for Roma because I feel like that would have looked fantastic with the Roma colors. You know what I mean? That they didn't get the maroon, but I mean, it also looks really good with Arsenal. So can't complain.
Yeah. Dude, I wish I could pull this up. I saw it the other day, it's not in my memory. But if you guys can find, and I'll try to find a picture of this so I can put it on screen just for the podcast. But they showed what Nike was going to do for the 25-26 season for the jerseys, and it looked terrible.
Oh, for
like
Liverpool?
there was one. Yeah, there was
Oh,
one
no.
third kit that I think it looked like. You remember when I think Man City did this. It looked like a pink lemonade thing where they kind of. It might have been Puma where they had like one color going into another. And
Oh,
Nike
yes.
kind of did that where it looked like you had dipped half your jersey in water and then just like walked out. And like that was the jersey. I was like, that looks like trash.
Damn.
So thank you, Adidas.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming back and saving our kits.
Yeah. Dude, low key, Adidas and Puma kit wise are killing it.
Oh yeah.
I think they're killing it. Nike's been dropping off. I'm not gonna lie, but with the new throwback kits that they've released, maybe they're changing it up with these
Yeah,
T90
the
throwbacks
total 90s?
because dude, some of these are fantastic.
Oh yeah. The Ronaldinho Brazil kit,
Mm.
and then the Van Nistelrooy Netherlands kit looks great.
Yep.
So I wish that, and I know Dempsey was more of a. I mean, you can do whoever, but like they did Donovan for the United States Total 90, and I'm not knocking Donovan, but like I would have preferred another American player. Like I would have liked a Dempsey jersey.
Yeah,
That'd have
Dempsey.
been-
I think Dempsey would have sold more right now, to be completely honest with you.
yeah. 'Cause
Donovan's in the
Landon-
news too much.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, he's stirring too many things up, and it's a lot of it is a little bit hypocritical in my like. It's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, you can kind of talk crap about all these, American guys playing in Europe, but like you didn't do that, and also you did take a sabbatical as well. So whatever. I don't want to dip too far into that, but yeah, I wish for the U.S. at least we had more players to choose from.
Yeah, I agree. But even so, you have the throwback ones, and then now apparently I'm seeing leaks too of I think the third kits going into this season are also going to have the same template as.
Oh,
So I've seen now a few leaks of who was it? Atletico Madrid. And it's essentially the lines, the lines that follow it and the collar. That's what's carrying over. And I literally just had it up and now I can't find it. But Oh, here it is. Yeah. Atletico Madrid. It looks like PSG is having it. I think Spurs
Yeah, I think did
too.
Chelsea do it as well?
Chelsea. Yes.
Okay,
And it's like the throwback logos too, which is
yeah,
sick.
I saw this photo a while back, and it was like all the old greats. I think it was like Torres and Drogba,
Yep.
and they were all taking pictures in maybe those kits. Maybe it was like those third kit template. Okay,
Yep.
yeah, I saw that photo. I was like, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So good on that. Nike. See, Nike needs to just follow that. I feel like Adidas has dipped into nostalgia for forever, you know? And
Yeah.
I feel like Nike has gone into dipping like its toe more, and now they're kind of like almost getting full foot. Like they did all of the Vapor remakes. They did the HV1 remakes, and they're supposedly going to make some more, you know, potentially. So I think they're like, let's just lean on our nostalgia. Bring the Total 90 back, bring the street shoes back. There are some sleeveless Total 90 kits that I want that they haven't
Yeah.
actually released yet, but I've seen the pictures.
I've seen them too. Those look sick as well. I feel like, yeah, they just need to dive headfirst into
Yeah.
nostalgia. Bring the T90 branding back, do more remakes, and just honestly, like, follow what Adidas has been doing for the past, like, 3, 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of miss it. I feel like back when I was in college, I saw a lot, and it could just be being younger, but I feel like I saw a lot more jerseys, and like it was kind of a signal from like players to other players of like, yeah, like soccer's my thing. So I hope that this kind of like has like a little bit of a resurgence, like
Yeah.
in all aspects of that. So
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
yep. Speaking of resurgence, Matt, Adidas, Nike, and now Mizuno have brought in a limited pair of white boots, which I have not purchased any of them, but you just so happened to get the Mizuno Ultralights.
I pre-ordered them, so crossing my fingers that doesn't fall through. But yes, I have got them. I have officially sold my Morelli 2 AGs because that sole plate just frustrated me too much. Even though that was a fantastic boot and it just so happened to perfectly line up with the release of the ultralight. So I pulled the trigger on those and I'm actually super excited because I had the original gold ultralight from a few years back and I decided to, for whatever reason, go half a size down and crush the shit out of my toes. So I'm glad to try these again in my actual size. Them being a whiteout is fantastic. Honestly, the only questionable part about this boot is the new heel design. Just because it's so different from what Mizuno has done in the past, with now having kind of the rounded off heel cup. But I'm optimistic. It looks like the main reason they probably did this was to save some weight, and they probably prototyped a thinner, lighter, sleeker construction, which I'm guessing is what this is. So we shall see. But what are your thoughts, Colby? I know you've been on the fence with these.
I've been on the fence with everything recently, man.
That's fair.
I mean, I think it's one of those like in the past I've been known to like shiny white boot. Yeah, I'll buy it. Like I think I bought both Cruise remakes the last couple of years, and so I'm like, like don't do it. Just wait. It was easy with the Tiempos, very easy. With the precisions, it was pretty easy too. Just because I've had precision remakes before, they've been super bulky and they look so good, dude. And they made Justin let me know this. I didn't know this, but they had made indoors as well.
Yeah.
that you can get from Unisport, and so I was looking at those, but of course, feel that those are overpriced.
Yeah.
But these ultralights, this was the closest I came to pulling the trigger. But the heel. It's just a little bit weird, and my Relay 2s, like I love the heel depth. I think that's perfect for me. I know some people have an issue with heel slippage, but you just really feel down into the boot, which I love. So I think it would just bother me if I paid for these and I didn't like the heel. Like it's just too much of a risk.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's what returns are for, man.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. But I know what you mean. And for me, it really comes down to, is this heel going to have like a pressure point at the top?
Hmm.
because of it being slightly shorter, rounded off. If it's going to have a pressure point, or if you're still going to sit kind of down into the boot that into the heel of the boot that you usually sit down in the Morelia, it just kind of takes away the tab part,
Hmm.
which at the top. So we shall see. I'm curious. I'm optimistic. I hope it works out because these look fantastic. But yeah, these were the only ones that I actually was like, okay, I'm pulling the trigger on these. I'm the same way. Like the accelerators and the Tiempos. I mean, the Tiempo, we all know how the first round of the Tiempo Lux went for us.
Yeah.
So this one, even though I was more optimistic about it because I knew what I was kind of like looking at this point, it's just not for me. I will never buy another Tiempo 10 until the new one comes out, and if they change it enough where I'm like, okay, maybe I'm curious enough to try them. Um, but then the accelerators, I feel like I'm over the Adidas remakes. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like they've given us like too many manias, even though this isn't a mania. It's just I'm over it. I'm over it.
Y-
Even though it looks fantastic, and I'll give them credit for that, but
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's just, and I think Justin and I've talked about this on the podcast before because he's kind of he's not a he's definitely a mania boy. But he uses the precision the turfs for his indoor games, and I've tried those, and I'm like, bro, I have no idea how you play in those because it's just they're just so big, they're so bulky, they're so floppy, and it's like, yeah, if you're a good player, you can play in anything. But
yeah.
I mean, let's be real here. Um, Sorry, going back to the ultralights though. Yeah, so the heel was a bit, but we were kind of talking about how they are what like 6.8 ounces, and I know on the football boot hour, Andrew and James are talking about how the difference of like however many grams, it's like negligible. It's like maybe like 25 grams or something. Do you think that this like seven ounce range, like maybe just below 7 ounces, is as light as they can make football boots before they kind of go into fall apart territory? Because I feel like there's so many boots that like even the Tiempo at its lightest might have been close to 7 ounces. I remember when they released the 442 V2 kangaroo leather, that was like just sub of 7 ounces as well.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's where all these kinds of like maybe even in the leather boot category, like these boots can kind of hit. You can have decent sole plate, and they'll still hold up for the most part.
Yeah, I think over the years, with all of the extremely lightweight boots that we've gotten, specifically from Adidas, with the crazy lights and the F50 line throughout the years, I think we've come to kind of a middle ground where it's like how light can we make a boot when it doesn't take away from the responsiveness of the
Hmm.
boot or the durability of the boot. And I mean, also, we should definitely mention the Puma ultralight or whatever, the five
Yeah.
game boot or whatever the heck that was, the Evo Speed. I feel like we've kind of narrowed in on like the 7 ounce range is like how light you can go with, and as soon as you start getting below 7 ounces, you start kind of risking some of the durability and some of the
Hmm.
responsiveness, stuff like that. So I feel like that is in play here with Mizuno as well. But even though this is kind of like a quote unquote negligible amount, um, based on the standard Melia 2, I still think as long as you notice a difference in your head, it's enough. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
like
True.
from the previous gold pair to from the standard Melia, like you definitely notice a difference on feet. And even though it's like not a huge difference, as long as you notice it at this point with boots being so relatively close in weight, like I feel like every top end boot currently is somewhere between 7 ounces and like 8.5 ounces, which
Right.
in theory, like on feet, like you're really not going to notice that huge difference unless you're wearing a 7 ounce boot and then like an 8.5 ounce boot.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, I do think this is probably as low as they can make it without all of the additional risk of durability responsiveness, but I still think it's going to be a noticeable amount on feet. So
Yeah. Of course. It is kind of funny how like even if you go back maybe 10, 15 years to like some of the older power boots or something like a classic Copa Mundial. Like whenever the new generation comes out, it's like oh wow, like this is so light. And I feel like now we're at a point into the 2020s where we're fighting over like grams. We're fighting over like it's 20 grams. It's just which is good. I mean, it's a good thing that like we've progressed this far in terms of how light boots are.
Yeah, I feel like a new boot comes out, they're like, oh, it's 2 grams lighter.
Right.
Everyone's like, oh my God, 2 grams.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, come on.
Dude.
Yeah.
So I made a pickup over the week as well.
Oh, that's right.
Brand new. Well, they don't look brand new now because I wore them for pickup yesterday for a couple hours. But yeah, dude, this is, I think, the 5th pair of Legend 9s I've had. I'm just stupid with my boots.
Now, guys, Colby needs an intervention for the Tiempo 9s.
Yeah.
That's how bad the 10 has been. Let's just put it that way.
Dude, I know. I'm absolutely keeping these, though. If there's something that happens in your brain when like, back in 2021 when these came out, I think I got a color, like, I think I got the white, yellow, orange colorway was the first one I got. And I was like, I don't really like this colorway. There's, like, better ones coming out.
Yeah. Well, that was like the second colorway. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. That was like one of the first. That was one of the first ones you could get your hands on outside of like the women's. I think it was the
World
Olympics
Cup.
or something.
Or yeah,
was
Olympics.
it World Cup?
Olympics. You're right.
Yeah, and then the very very first one, the one that went with the car or whatever. Do you remember that? It was like a white silver. Noah has them. He just did a comparison with the Copa Pure 3s.
Yeah, no, that was a limited edition one. It was those two. And then it was the one you had, and then they also released that blackout with the blue Nike logo at the same time.
Which was a pretty good blackout.
That's the one I had.
Yeah, and I will say, like, there are so many Tiempo Legend 9s where this back piece right here is a different color, and I actually prefer it when it's all, like, one solid.
Completely agree. Yep.
Yeah, like, it just makes it look, like, cheaper or more kiddie, I guess, when this back part is a different color. But yeah, dude, I went and I played very well. In these. It was like I was telling you and Justin, it's like when an old friend comes into town and you just kind of hit it off right away, right where you left off. But Matt, sorry. So I was saying there's something different in your brain when you know that something is limited and you will never get it again. And so I think the reason I was able to pick up these pairs and sell them, I think I sold my second pair when the first Copa Pure came out. I was like, oh, this is great. I'm going to sell the Tiempos and get these. And now it's like, there's limited quantity. There's only so many I can get. They're never making these again. They're never bringing back kangaroo leather again. I have to hold on to these. I might get a second pair of these. Like, it's just the scarcity, dumb like lizard brain just goes off. It's weird.
Yeah. No, I completely get that. Especially, I think it elevates it to the fact that is the last K leather variation of the Tiempo.
Right.
So I completely get it. There's a few colorways of a Tiempo 9 that if I found it for a good price, I'd buy it too. So. From that perspective, I get it. So,
yeah. I don't know. It's just weird, man. It's one of those, like, we were just talking last podcast, and they talked about on the Football Boot Hour of the sort of made in Montebelluna quality of those Luxes and like what constitutes a boot. Right. That's and I picked this up and I was like, this is probably better. Like, honestly, I know the other ones are made with synthetic materials and Montebelluna, but this is overall just like probably a better boot. Than what that one is.
I agree. I think that's a fair criticism too to Nike. It's like they're coming out with the Lux, they're calling it a made in Montebelluna, and like, yeah, other than the fact that it is made in Montebelluna, like what else is the kind of premium Lux aspect of this boot? Like, other than it also being maybe slightly different from the standard Tiempo, I feel like that might be the only other thing. And if it was like miles better, okay, it'd be like, Adidas's leather F50 kind of vibe, but it's not. Like, if they could have knocked it out of the park, and I believe I said this the last time Lux came out, they just made this leather. They're like, hey, because they even backtracked on their Premiere 4. They said, nah, screw it. And then now they're coming out with new Premiere 3 colorways.
Dude, I saw
leather.
that. Yeah.
In leather. It's like, what are we doing here?
Which, like, so yeah, I think I know which one we're talking about. The gray kind of reddish one,
Gray
right?
reddish one. Yep.
They had one of those colorways in the Premiere 2 that I almost bought. It was like a concrete colorway or
Yes, I know what
something.
you're talking about. Mhm.
Yes, those were amazing. And so when I saw this, like it confused my brain though because I was like, I thought they stopped making these. They were gonna move forward, and like it was very unexpected.
Yeah, which makes me curious, and I think there's like a 1% chance of this being true. But if they are bringing the Premiere 3 back in leather, do we think the Tiempo 11 has a chance at being leather again?
I hope so, dude. I hope so.
Dude, freaking Justin's gonna watch his podcast back. Like,
Justin's
this is
gonna be
what
like,
happens. This is what happens when I let Colby and Matt take over.
You idiots.
Yeah.
Dude, and you know what's funny is like I think, and this is only because we've gotten so high with the Nike prices.
I know.
And we can talk about this now, but there was an EAFC Phantom 6 collab leak, right?
Yep.
And so we know that like the high neck collar one is going to be like a black, almost similar to the GX1, where they kind of did like this yarn looking,
the multi-color, the one Justin has that he always shows off. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what the high cut is, and then the low cut's going to be more of like a white green kind of rainbow colorway. And the point I'm getting to is that the high cut is what, like $305, and so like you've kind of made that like a standard price. Like the lower one, I think maybe 280 or something like that. But if they bring back the Tiempo as the Tiempo Maestro, bring back the leather, I think they could get us to pay $300 for those. Like I really do. It's like, oh guys, the leather's back, which means the quality's up, which means like this is what you wanted, right? Okay, now pay this price.
Yeah, Nike, if you're listening, if you bring back the Tiempo, I will pay $300 for that boot. If you bring it back in leather, I swear to God. If you don't, I will not buy it. I will not buy it. So if you want $300, I said it here first. But
let's do it.
Yeah. I think it's low chances of it happening, but I do think, like, yeah, if there's going to be all these quote unquote restrictions around kangaroo leather, or everything that like the whole reason behind Nike removing it from their products, if you want to bring it back, yeah, just make it a premium price. I think people, if you make it like a limited, even if it's a limited edition, give it all the bells and whistles, give it the string bag, give it the leather bag, like do everything, charge $300, people will pay it. And you will make those hard, Tiempo lovers, believe again. I feel like the biggest downside to the Tiempo 10, honestly, isn't even like the fit, the feel, the performance. It's just, it's not special anymore.
Right? It's not special.
They took the soul out of the boot. It could be also the fit a little bit, but yeah, it's just not special. It's just a boot. Like every time I see that, I'm like, it's a boot. It gets the job done, and that's pretty much it. So,
and there's arguably like so many better boots at a cheaper price, like this new SKX2,
pretty much the same
thing. Same thing, better comfort. You've got X-Fly Pro 3. You have the X-Fly 6 now.
Yeah.
Better synthetic leather.
Yeah.
Dude.
Arguably,
it's over Nike.
Arguably, we're having all these complaints with Nike. Arguably, Asics is doing the same exact thing, but no one's complaining because they're doing it right. They're doing it with the most premium synthetic materials that actually feel like natural leather. Like 99% of it feels like natural leather, and they're set up still, like all they did was change the materials. They didn't change the design, and that is also, I think, one of the biggest gripes with the Tiempo. I think we're kind of repeating ourselves here. I'm pretty sure we talked about this before, but yeah, like they took the soul out of the Tiempo. They changed the design. It looks more like a CTR. But yeah, Asics is doing it right. They're keeping the stitching, they're keeping the design, they're keeping the nostalgia.
Yeah, I was watching a video by J26 Sports, and he had the new X-Fly 6 combined, and it was comparing it to the X-Fly 5, and it was like to your point, you would not know. You absolutely, like, unless you like looked really closely at kind of like the silky wrap material, it literally looked like a slight upgrade, but the whole upper is different, which is just mind blowing.
Yeah, it's crazy because even on the Asics side, if you're comparing Silky Wrap to like let's say a Mizuno leather boot, you're gonna tell. Like you could tell the difference there. But Asics always had this like more glossy coating on their leather, and to be completely honest, looking at it, you can't even tell.
Right.
So I'm like low-key pumped for Asics moving forward. So we'll see.
They're crushing it, dude. They're crushing it. Sorry. Going back to, because I know that you haven't pulled the trigger on a Phantom 6 yet, and a part of that is the colorways.
Yes.
We're kind of waiting for better colorways. The price is still astronomical. The boot's too new. Like that's my problem. Like even with this new EAFC, and like I really do like the low cut model. Mm-hmm. Love the look of that boot. Like it's still gonna be like full price.
Yeah.
Like there's no discount coming on that. Like what are your thoughts on that? You're not gonna pull the trigger on those, are you?
No, probably not. Also because them being limited edition, they're probably not going to come in AG.
Right.
And I think for me, honestly, if in my head, with that blue colorway when that came out and that wasn't an AG and I didn't pull the trigger on that, I don't think I'll pull a trigger on anything that's not AG at this point. So if it's a good colorway and it doesn't come out in AG, unless I like fall in love with it, I think I'm gonna wait for a good colorway in AG.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I'll do the same. Mostly so I have an excuse to buy another pair of Tiempo Legend 9s, but
yeah. Also, like after hearing a lot of the reviews, the AG plate apparently is better.
Yeah.
From what most people are saying. Like it's stiffer, more responsive, so I'm pumped for that at least.
Yeah. I'm interested to see like how this heel is, because I know with the Vapor 16 they fixed it maybe after like three colorways. So we'll have to see on the Phantom 6 side of things, like when these heels kind of shrink back down to being more normal.
I think I'm also waiting for that too. Like I'm hoping it starts to like correct itself like it did on the Vapor.
Yeah.
So
it just corrects itself. Oh, like we've adapted
just
to so
figure
many.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. All right, man. Anything else before we kind of close this short podcast down? No, Justin.
I think the only thing that has come out this past week. Oh, wasn't there a green F50?
Maybe.
I think it was a collab. I feel like that's the only thing we haven't talked about, but
yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. Cool, but not. But like, it honestly, from what I remember, it reminds me of the Speed Portal, like the Rick and Morty Speed Portal. It's the first thing I thought of.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Yep. I think I might be checked out on Adidas until the Copa Pure 4, and then I'll kind of my curiosity will peak again. Like I've got the Pred, so I'm not worried about anything else happening. But Copa Pure 4, it's gonna reel me back in.
Yeah, I think the only other thing Adidas wise that has me somewhat curious is this leaked leather Pred, which I've already said I'm not going to get because I hate with a passion when the Pred tongue is two separate colors. And what I mean by that is the liner of the tongue that you could kind of see is a different color than the actual flap over synthetic part of the tongue. And this is one of those Preds that has a different color tongue, and it has the black liner with the silver tongue. And it just drives me crazy. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Just make it one color. So that pissed me off enough where I'm just going to wait to see, because they did two leathers last time. I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to see if they come out with another leather one. But also, one of my favorite Adidas boots, the Copa Icon 2, has had a new color drop. And it is the Tony Cruz, white and blue.
Yes, I saw that.
And it looks so good. If I needed another Icon, I would 100% pull the trigger on those.
Yeah.
But
you like that Adidas AG plate, man. I think you do well for another pair.
Yeah, I do. I also my current my current Preds are slowly on the way out. And dude, that white colorway with the black tongue and the grass stain.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Dude, low key growing on me, man, with the black tongue. I watched all the women's Euros with all the women's players wearing it, and I was like, this looks actually really good.
Yeah,
so,
the black clashing with the white looks good. I didn't think I'd like the green, but like on feet, dude,
it looks so much
awesome.
better on feet, and it is also apparently I might be one of the only ones that likes it because I've seen a lot of them on sale.
Yeah,
So
I think we're just
maybe,
it's partially that. It's partially that, like how we've talked. If you want a pred, you've gotten one. Especially like kind of
yeah,
the more normal people, not like the boot fanatics. If they got a 24, they're probably still wearing their 24.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I think the year of the tongue is slowing down, or the
yeah.
2 years of the tongue.
It also, I feel like it got a slight resurgence though, because they decided to just randomly start releasing the AG plate on more
Hmm.
colorways. Like they released it in the first red colorway and then they just stopped for like 3 months, four
Yeah,
months. And then now the last three colorways has the AG plate. And it's like, oh, okay.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's kind of weird. Listen to the people once again. Thank you,
yeah.
Adidas. All right, Matt. Let's go ahead and close this down, and maybe we'll be able to find Justin next week. Where can the people find you?
You can find me at Burns Boots on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
You guys can find me at Kicked with Kolbs on Instagram and on YouTube. And with that, we will sign off, and we will find Justin and see you guys next week.
See you guys.